everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Well, I need to go. I need to go. I need you to say go.
Let's go!
All right. How's everybody doing? We are back live. The DK Project rolls on, baby. I'm telling you, I think the week goes by faster and faster every week, which is good because we are.
No, it's not.
We're
good.
dominating.
We're out of time.
Well, it's all about making magic, and that's what we do here at the podcast. Make magic happen. So
how are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm fighting some crappy weather. I don't understand anything about 40. Feels like 30 on May 9th. I think that we have a name for that at my house. It's called Bolsheviks. God.
You know, my daughter's track meet got canceled because of the real field temperature on May 9th.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Something needs to be done. Let's put a dome over the thing. I mean, come on. We can heat it.
Well, let's start pumping out that carbon dioxide. Or no, carbon.
Yeah, well, if you're going to get all technical on me, I'm going to have to move on.
All right.
I think personally, if it gets cold in October, and now we're in May, okay, so that's October's 2, and we got 4.5 on this side, 5 on this, 4.5 on this side. That's 6.5. Now we're cutting into my summer. Like, we can't have more cold than we have warm. It's not fair.
No, it's not fair. And one last weather nugget, because most of the listeners probably don't even give a crap about our weather here, but they had 8.5 inches of snow in Duluth.
I saw that. It was like the most snow on record for this area, that area.
That's crazy, man. It is May 9th.
Well, and they said snow, and I'm like, nah. And I didn't see any.
Yeah,
but there's some wicked winds, though, man. I thought my old house was going to blow down.
Yeah, I woke up early. It was still dark out, but the wind was howling so bad this morning. I thought the windows were shaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
I'm not impressed. I don't know. I think this is the end. I think we're nearing the flip side. So by the time the people hear this, it's going to be 60 and sunny. 60 and sunny from 30 and shitty is night and day. Day.
I'm hoping we get a quick turnaround because I am going to the Twins night game tomorrow and the night game on Saturday.
Wow, dude, how's the dedication?
Back to back.
You're going all in. Are you bringing the kids?
I am, yeah.
Wow, super dad Osborne.
One of them is we bought the tickets through an option with his team. So tomorrow night's game, he and his teammates get to don their jerseys and do a parade on the field.
Ooh, you getting video of that?
Hell yeah.
Where are your seats? God, I hate those team things, man. They give you we got some third deck upper row. You're going to have the back again. You're going to have a backrest because you're up on the rail, up on the 700th floor. Well, thanks, dude.
You're right. So it only took me doing one of those to I imply the move freely about the cabin once the game starts rule.
You did what?
I just move to a better seat.
Yeah, I think who's
behind the glass?
Nobody. I actually am supposed to be scooping today, so I had to pull the kid out of school to cover my shift.
Scooping. Awesome.
Yeah, well, it's like 40 degrees. I'm like, there isn't going to be anybody, and he's actually been pretty busy. So I'm glad I called the audible.
Get out! I'm going to pull you out of school. You can get some real work life experience.
Yeah, come on. Why not? He's 13, working like a pack mule. Yeah. That's all we can do, baby. Hey, so yeah, you shouldn't have a problem moving seats because they're having trouble selling tickets.
Yeah, because it's not warm enough to go.
They're like the number one team in the deal, and they can't sell the seats, man, because it's so cold.
Yep.
They should have heated those seats. That would have been bitching.
Oh, with how hot this team is and how fun they are to watch, you wait till the weather's nice in like end of May and June. That place is going to be hopping.
I know one fat ass that'll be in a seat.
Yeah.
this one.
Won again last night. Now, I think our hometown team has a total of 64 home runs on the season.
Over the fence? Oh, I thought you were talking about your kids' team.
Oh, no.
Over the fence?
No,
what the hell?
What are you feeding them?
Roids. They're on roids. They're banging homers, man. Do you think that's because it's so cold, the air is a lot thinner, and the ball flies farther?
No, half the games are on the road.
What have they been playing in Toronto for like a month? Seems like every time I turn the TV on, they're in Toronto.
Yeah, they've had 2 series, Toronto here, and then them in 4 games in Toronto. They swept them.
We went to the Toronto game, was that last year?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Good times.
Those 2 fans, super fans on the rail. Those guys were awesome with the man bun.
Yeah. Speaking of which, here's a nice segue for you.
Yeah.
I booked our first guest. He's he's going to be on June 6th. He's a comedian who's touring.
Ooh.
And maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't, but so I've been doing a little research and I'm trying to inform myself as much as I can before the big interview. And I saw him post something the other day and I had a flashback because he's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. Nobody wants to hang out with me. They said I'm all belligerent because I'm all fucked up. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's like my twin.
That's just like
I've been there, baby.
Yeah. What's his name?
So, his name is Brent Gill.
Brent?
Gill. Yeah, Brent Gill. He's a touring comic. He just did a couple of stints with David Spade.
Wow.
And
Whoa,
wait,
David Spade is currently doing some stand-up?
Yeah, he'll do shows. Yep.
I'd go see that.
He actually tours a lot with Sandler. What's your opinion on Sandler?
I'm not a big Sandler guy. He seems like a good dude, but he's not a funny guy to me.
Did you see his Saturday Night Live thing? He just hosted Saturday Night Live, and he did this. He does a lot of songs.
I know, and that's what I'm not a big fan of.
Well, he rips this song at the end of, and you should look it up. It's cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a tribute to Chris Farley.
Oh,
which out of left field.
Oh,
I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I don't normally watch that garbage.
I haven't seen. Honestly, being truthful, I haven't seen Saturday Night Live in years.
It's just horrible.
It's too bad. Every time I try. And I want to make it because I love the institution of it and I want to try and like it. But every time I watch it, the skit that I happen to tune into and watch is not funny. And it's like 5 minutes too long of not funny.
Well, and then there's so much political bullshit. There's so much, they try so hard. It's like when they should have like Saturday Night Live and then they should have current Saturday Night Live. Like they should change the title. So that when you're Googling it or you're looking for it, you know whether you're getting garbage or you're getting something funny. Yeah. Some of this stuff is like, but I don't know. It's the dumbing down of America where people, that's not funny. That's not funny. But, this day and age, these kids think this stuff's fun. I don't know. Yeah, hey, speaking of which, a little trivia for you.
Ooh, I love trivia.
How long has Chris Farley been gone?
Oh, let me see. I would say if I had to take a stab, I'm going to go 19,000.
Hang on, carry the 7.
23 years.
Wow, 22, dude. Nice touch.
Damn it.
Nice touch.
I need a W.
But yeah, so you want to check that out. Adam Sandler, really nice tribute to Chris Farley on the Saturday Night Live. But so I don't know. He's touring, and he he opened a couple times for David Spade, and I'd be real curious to get some backstory on that.
Absolutely. You got to talk to him about Spade. Spade's a interesting dude.
Yeah. Well, and the thing of it is they, the comedy club where this Brent Gill pounds a lot of sessions out, they just got named like #1 comedy joint in the area. So. Wow. There's a lot going on.
Hey, have you been to the I forget what they're calling it, but the stand-up comedy place in Hopkins?
No, I've driven by it a bunch of times.
Huh.
Why? Have you been there?
No, but last year I remember seeing a name headlining that I would have liked to have seen. I just didn't work out timing wise.
Todd Glass goes there all the time.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Todd, and that's extreme, man. You better put your bootstraps on.
Better buckle in.
Well, he's just his podcast is killer, but it is take my what do you call that? Lack of attention. What do they call that? Attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
Times it by 10 and hold on.
Oh, really?
He is. Yeah, he gets a little nuts.
Hi, everybody. I'm Todd Glass, and welcome to Camping with Todd. This show's pretty simple. Each week, I take some comedian friends camping, make dinner, sit around a fire in a natural atmosphere, not in a studio with bright lights. And besides, when it's dark, everybody looks better.
Is he a partier?
I think he smokes a lot of dope.
Like, is he one of those comics who's just constantly high and drunk and coked out?
But no, I don't think he drinks, but he's pretty high often, I think. I don't know. He's no Doug Benson, but I think he takes care of himself.
Oh.
I think he comes once a year.
It reminded me of something, not to jump off. Are you done with that?
Yep.
Okay. Partying reminded me I wanted to mention something to you. Have you seen on Netflix?
I party.
You've partied. So I want to ask you this question. This is a I need your take on this.
Yeah.
So, have you seen The Dirt?
Yes.
You have.
It's on my list. I mean, it's on my. We were going to talk about that today.
Oh God!
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. And holy, the amount of partying at the level that they're partying.
Yeah, but you knew that was happening. I mean, knew.
We knew. I mean, we were.
It just seems extreme right now because you're old.
You think is that what it is?
Well, it's funny because I watched that because someone from baseball recommended it, and he's like, "Oh, the opening scene is worth it," and the acting's kind of bad, but I didn't know that Mick Mars was such a stiff and what's his name was such a heroin head. Woof.
Oh, you didn't? Oh yeah,
no.
Nikki Sixx of the riding the horse.
Ironically, today I was watching a Bobby Lee thing, and he's on this gal's podcast, who actually turns out to be Tommy Lee's new wife.
Oh, okay.
Which there's a story in itself. You're Tommy Lee's new wife? Come on. And so anyway, he's on her first episode, and the show's called like Worst First Dates or something. So people come on and they talk about their worst first dates. And Tommy Lee comes on. Literally this morning I listened to this. So Tommy Lee comes on and he's like bashful about saying stuff in front of this new wife. And I'm like, dude,
come on.
There's like full videos of you out. like
not being bashful.
Yeah, you are not a shy guy. But he told like 3 stories where like this mom and daughter came in and they're like, we'll give you $5,000 if you take both of us in the bedroom. And he's like, we weren't making any money then. So he's like, sure, I'll do it. And then he's like, and then he goes, then it got nuts. He goes, the grandma showed up and said, if you take all 3 of us, we'll give you $20,000.
Come on.
Yeah. But then he's like, well, I can't tell you what happened though. I can't tell you, honey. I can't say that in front of you. And I'm like, oh, come on. 20 large? Come on. And then the other one he said was, he runs into this gal who's got this really awesome Corvette.
Yeah.
And he's like, and this is when he was really young starting out. And he's like, man, that Corvette is awesome. I got to drive that Corvette, man. And she goes, well, you got to, close the deal with me and you could drive the vet. And he goes, and this chick was big. And he starts going off like that. And he's telling this detailed story of this whole thing. And he goes, and then I drove the car. Oh, no, actually, what happened was he was commenting on the whole interaction. And he goes, then the goddamn band came home. And they all walk in. And he goes, I'm on top of this lady. And it was just, oh, my gosh. But the reason why I bring all this up, it's probably a stupid podcast or whatever, but just like, that was just 3 little stories. And then you see this Netflix documentary, and it's like, when they say they lived like rock stars, he goes, that was one of the things Tommy Lee said on this deal. He goes, you know what? I feel bad for today's musicians because they can't get away with a quarter of what we got away with because of video and phones and whatever. He goes, we could do anything and nobody would ever know. He goes, nowadays, if you did some of that stuff, you'd be all over the news the next morning for sure.
Oh, that night, instantly.
Well, and oh my gosh, you're like, because everybody's like, oh, that'd be fun to be a rock star and whatever, but like Motley Crue time frame rock star, and I got to imagine Led Zeppelin and the ones that went before him were even worse. Yeah. But that documentary was pretty good. That's funny you brought that up. I have that on my list because it's extreme.
It blew me away. And granted, I'm older now, but the way that I couldn't stop thinking, like, the way that they were partying at the level they were partying. Yeah, it would take me 2 days of not moving a muscle to even think of recovering. And like the next day they're like on stage spinning around on, playing drums. And it's like, holy.
That's the same thing, man. If you follow Bert Kreischer's Instagram stories or his life at all, that dude goes hard in the paint every night. I don't know how you do it. Yeah. Yeah. Like he'll do a show. And he actually, ironically, he was telling a little story today. We should do our podcast about other podcasts so that people don't have to listen to those. They can just listen to ours, and we'll sum them all up.
We'll do the podcast listing for you.
But he did a show where he got so drunk he fell off the stage, and Kreischer's like, I felt so bad. He goes, I didn't want to do that to my guests again. So he goes, I started a no drinking rule while I was on stage, and I went back to the same area where this happened. And he goes, so I'm sitting there, I'm doing my deal, and all these shots start coming up. And he's like, no, guys, I'm not doing shots. I'm here to do comedy, and I want you guys to see a good show. And they keep sending the shots. You got to do the shots. And he's like, no, guys, I can't do that. He goes, I'll tell you why. He goes, the last time I was here, I got so drunk I fell off the stage. And this lady goes, I know, asshole. That's why I'm sending the shots.
that was a fun show for them.
He goes, so I started drinking the shots and got hammered. I'm like, oh man, what a lifestyle. That was the best. I know, asshole. I sent the shots. It was the best. But he was promoting some magic pill that you take 3 of them before you go to bed after a night of drinking. And you wake up, he goes, you're not ready to run a marathon, but you can at least function.
I heard another podcast promoting that same kind of magic pill. It's kind of silly. That's bullshit.
I don't know. Sounds like a gimmick to me. A total gimmick. A total gimmick. Hey, along that lines of the dirt, I'm thinking we need a news update. Dun, 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 dun. We putting it together or what? No, not that news. The news.
Oh, the news.
Huey.
Yeah, I've the news has been dark. I don't see the news again until next what is today? Next Thursday.
You know what, dude? I might have to do a ride along. I might have to come with and put this thing together. Nobody closes deals like DK. He will be on the podcast next. Hell, we'll have him later that day. What time's the meeting? I'm down, bro. We'll do a location piece. Have him redo the intro. Oh man, that was the one thing because when I'm on Severe's podcast, he always talks about in order to use music on your podcast, it has to be over 90 years old or something, and had to have whatever. He's got some rule. And I listened to this lady's podcast today with Tommy Lee on it, and I'm like, she's using crew songs. Damn it. That's cheating.
So you can get away with it.
Yeah. Where we could have the news, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm gonna get him on.
I want a new drug. One that won't make me feel 3 feet thick. Hey, speaking of which, I saw a little thing the other day that kind of pissed me off. There's always all these car commercials on because that's like the hottest thing in the world. Car commercials, truck commercials. Ours is better than yours.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new GMC truck commercial?
Somehow every single car, I'll interrupt you for 1 second. somehow every single car manufacturer and every model they have of cars and trucks have all won the number one truck and car award every year. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Are there like 75 organizations that give out best car and truck of the year so that everyone can win one?
J.D. Power and Associates Truck of the Year.
God.
Yeah, no, not happening. You know what it is though is GMC comes out with this new truck commercial, right?
Yeah.
And your truck's better than my truck. But they actually make fun of their trucks with their new trucks because this new truck has this 6-option tailgate where you can like fold the middle of the tailgate down so you can walk deeper into the tailgate.
Yeah.
To
Dude,
reach.
That was a Super Bowl commercial.
Right, but the new commercial is, I don't know, is it this particular one? But they're like making fun of their old trucks with the old tailgates in their commercial. Which
Really?
I think is, like, aren't you kind of pissing on your own feet there? Like, not everybody wants your stupid tailgate. I mean, it's neat and all, but
aren't
is
you
anybody
making
going
fun
to use
of
it?
aren't you making fun of the people who just bought your truck a year ago?
Yeah, right. 6 months ago when you didn't have that option. Now all of a sudden I got
like, ha ha.
Oh man, I just got the old tailgate. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that ain't cool at all. I don't know.
Maybe they're just going to sell tailgate upgrades.
Well, you got to look at it. The tailgate's been around for a long time. Like, it could have used a little updating, but I don't know that we need to be making fun of ourselves on the deal.
No, exactly.
That's ridiculous.
That's not the Super Bowl one. The Super Bowl one was all the various truck owners throughout the country were all marching with the Ford tailgate under their arms. Like, to get rid of the Ford.
I remember I was in Mexico with the family, and we went on this safari ride. And we're like, oh, hey, let's get a picture in front of the little safari thing so that we can prove that we went on this safari ride, right?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, yeah, hold on. And he takes the tailgate off the vehicle with the logo on it and hands it to us. So we're holding the tailgate of the truck it might have been a door. Maybe it was a door, but it had the logo on it. And then he goes, here's the picture. I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's legit. That happened.
Nice.
Hey,
that was
speaking
in Mexico?
Yeah, I was in Mexico. I was right after we did tequila shots.
Have you ever been to Moab?
No, but I have a very good interview on my podcast about it.
Oh, I know, Johnny.
Boy, you thinking about going or what?
Toying with it.
Well, I can hook you up as long as you can explain. As long as you can explain. What do they call it? High-end photography with naked models to your kids.
Yeah, well, I'll take the other route.
It's art, bro.
Yeah, it's art.
But no, truthfully, though, I mean, if you don't want to go on that excursion, he knows a lot of people out there. Could probably hook you up with some cool stuff.
Nice.
He's virtually living out there right now.
Morris just got back from there, was showing me pictures. And
did he go to the lake?
They did. They spent a week out there with Rubicons.
Nice. Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
That'd be like when we went to Hibbing with your sister. Went up in there with the four-wheelers and stuff. Hell yeah. That'd be cool.
I didn't realize it was so, it's very picturesque, like very Grand Canyon-esque.
For sure. Yeah, I'll get you hooked up with old Johnny Boy. He's got a license that allows him to go places where you can't.
Really?
And, he's got like, I think he's the only person I've ever met who has more licenses than I do. he can pretty much do anything. He can well, hey now. Were you going to say grow hair? Shout out to Johnny, Desert Adventure. Good stuff. I've heard good things. Yeah. I've never been. But you might want to check it out. You could check it out, come back and give us a full report.
Absolutely.
Feel free to charge all of that to your company account, and then you can write it off.
That was the plan anyway.
Because it's research, baby. Hey, speaking of which, okay, close your eyes. I got to paint a picture. You jumped off of my truck segue here, and I wasn't finished.
Oh, my bad.
So if you close your eyes and you're thinking of a day when it's nice and sunny out and you're driving around is you and I drive around a lot. And you look over and you see a newer Range Rover or a newer Mercedes that has personalized plates that are just nonsense, like just stupid, like Mercedes or license plate, or people do stupid things.
My Beamer.
So I mean, are you just immediately like, oh, that guy's a dick, and you know it? He's just not that he's not a good person, but like, that's a different level of person that thinks I have to put this on my license plate.
Yeah,
like,
I don't get the move myself.
What is it, like 100, 150? I don't even know. 100, 150 bucks?
I don't even know. Nowadays, it's got to be more than that.
I have no idea. I'm just blown away. I saw a couple the other day where I'm just like, what are you thinking? Like, come on.
Let's see. Today's Thursday. I want to say maybe Sunday. The whole family was in the car, and there's a stoplight on Highway 7, and one car in front of me and to the right in the right lane.
Yeah.
So we were all stopped. I break out my phone, and I just kind of adjust it, and I take a picture of that car to the right of us because it had a personalized license plate.
Yeah.
And my kids were like, "What are you taking a picture of?" And I'm like, "That idiot."
Yeah.
And they had no idea what I was talking.
Was it a good one?
No, it was. God, I have to look at my phone real quick. It was stupid.
Hey, Jerry, which one of those Mercedes is yours? It's the one that says Mercedes on the plate.
It's the one that says "Fun Girl."
Yeah.
So I've seen that one.
But she'll be the first one to throw down "Me Too" a movement on you if you say anything to her.
Yeah.
But I can put "Fun Girl" on my license plate.
I saw "Fun Girl" here locally, and I was like, God, you're like, if you're a mom, you have to explain that, like. Your mom's the fun girl, dude?
Oh, snap. Is your mom the fun girl? Yeah, she parties. She parties. That's why she put "Fun Girl" on her license plate. That's just dumb. We might have to start a little thing. Speaking of which, saw a post from your boy Sabastian. Oh. That guy's living the dream, dude.
On Instagram?
Yeah. He's got like the most elite Porsche Panamera that they make.
Oh,
with the bright red leather seats. I mean, that guy, he is doing it.
What's the license plate?
Yeah, it says "I'm funny."
Does he? Because I don't do a lot of the Instagram following. Did he post pictures of the mermaid in his pool? Did he?
Yeah. There was a little video. It was pretty dumb.
Was it?
Pretty dumb. But I did find a not a quilting, but like
well, did you? He and Petey just shredded the mermaid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it was cheesy. Like that little cart was really cheesy.
Really?
I'd be filling out a comment card. I can't wait till next week when they tell us how much he spent on that debacle. That's embarrassing.
I love their comment. Like on the way out, she's got a plate with a mini burger and
So what? Everyone knows what we're talking about is the latest episode of the Pete and Sabastian show, which is also available on iTunes and wherever you get your podcast. But it's definitely worth a listen. What are they, 300 and some into it?
356 or so, yeah.
Two comedians knocking it out of the park. It's pretty funny. It's funny. We modeled a lot of our podcasts after theirs, but Sebastian's daughter was turning 2. Is it? Maybe, yeah, 2. And they got a mermaid, and it just went south fast
in the pool,
big like time.
A swimming mermaid, hilarious.
Not good. Hey, I was out doing my job this week. And I come across this house that was just an average house. And I knock on the door. Nobody answers. Ring the doorbell. Knock on the door. I'm like, just want to get this in and out, get done with this, and get on with my life. And finally, this dude answers. He's all of 5'7", tall, probably just as much around. Nah, he wasn't that big. But he had his Boston Red Sox socks on, and it looked like some other team jersey, like the wife beater kind of a jersey.
Oh yeah, like the basketball jersey
muscle
kinda.
Shirt, yeah, and the shorts that were longer than shorts but shorter than pants. And he answers the door, and he's got like I'm not even kidding, like 15 pounds of gold chain around his neck. This is literally like
Nice.
Mr. T's younger brother.
All right.
And I'm like, you didn't hear the door? Like, your house is...
How long were you ringing the bell or knocking?
Oh, I'm not even sure that the bell was working, but I was rapping on the door, like seriously. And let me set the bar here. The main floor of this house was maybe 525 square feet. I mean, we're talking a small kitchen, a small dining room, small living room.
So he wasn't in the east wing and couldn't hear the door.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. And it wasn't because it took him that long to walk to the door. Well, it took him that long to get up and then walk to the door. But anyway, he answers the door. Yeah, whatever you need, and he goes back and sits down. He's probably, I don't know, 20 something, maybe 30. I don't know. And sitting at home, probably 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, watching Cops. And I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? Well, no, he was actually doing both, a little on the TV and a little out the window.
Yeah.
But totally like threw me for a loop. I'm like, number one, why do you have that much gold chain on? Like, because, the Mr. T thing is done. Like, that never caught on. It kind of just went away with Mr. T. And he had layers of heavy gold. He had one piece on his neck that was probably, I don't know, probably like the size of a quarter around.
Oh, the circumference?
Yeah. Yes, with a big, I don't know, probably the medallion off somebody's car hanging on it, It was so weird. I'm like, look, wow, you couldn't get to the door? What's, maybe, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so then
that much chain on, dude, you gotta get off the couch and you gotta lift with your legs. You gotta
I think he's gotta let people know that he's moving around the house so that he can take appropriate measures to protect his jewels, baby, because it's serious. Yeah. So anyway, I get in there and I'm just kind of thoroughly disappointed in this cat, and then I go upstairs and it's a story and a half, a little small upper level.
Wait. Was it all gold, or was he giving any love to the platinum or the silver?
No. This was all gold, and it wasn't like cheap gold either. It was like gold, So I don't know. So I ended up bashing him in the head, taking the gold and running. So then I round the corner, and this, I had to walk in front of the TV, and it was one of those old school, big old
down in front,
50 inch, 60 inch with the big tube, that weighs like 7,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And so I go upstairs, and it's a little story and a half, so it's 10 feet wide by 30 feet long, and there's a lady up there smoking indoors, no windows open, smoking. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Cigarettes?
Yes. Do you know how weird it is to come across that, where you're like, oh, you've decided to smoke, huh?
Oh, my.
Thanks.
God.
It's so weird to see anybody smoking, period, because there's been a few studies done, and it's not good for you. I know there's some controversy. Oh, no, there isn't controversy. It's really bad for you.
Well, in the house is like, that's an aggressive smoker.
With the windows closed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's brutal. I don't, I don't know.
There's got to be a layer of film on everything in that house.
Well, including my clothes when I left. Hella gross.
That's an immediate burn situation. I forgot to mention this many shows ago when I got back from Florida. I was blown away at how many people smoke.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Dude, I guess we have slowly become used to the Minneapolis area where smoking's not very prevalent. I mean, you see it here and there outside, but I mean, dude, Florida, I would say like 1 in every 5 people were smoking in Florida.
Wow, they're all old. They're not buying into this. They're not buying into these studies.
This new fandangled cancer thing.
Who knows? Yeah. I'm calling bullshit. Calling bullshit, Martha. Get me my heaters. I don't know. But there's been studies.
My dad had a goiter just like this. It's in the family.
Oh man. I just had a guy in here who does some stuff for me, and he must smoke a ton. And he's just like leathery from the smoke. And it's, dude, you know that those are bad for you.
Well, since we're on this, just right before I came to this to do the cast, I left my office, and as I was leaving, a sales rep, which I like the guy. He's a good guy in terms of sales reps for product. He just did a cold call stop by to drop off some like literature and catalogs and stuff. And he
Did
comes
he have snacks?
And he comes up no, just literature. And he comes up to the office like, clearly we're hitting heaters on the way here because it's on your clothing. Like, you can't open the windows enough or have enough certs to get rid of a Marlboro smell, dude.
And they don't know. It's so funny because I used to work at a real job with a desk and a neighbor in my cube.
Yeah.
And I I'd be like, I got to run to the can, and I'd run out and hit a heater, because they only let you have 5 heater breaks a day, and I'd like to have 7 or 8.
Right.
And, but I didn't tell my cube mate that I smoked, and she's like, "Oh, were you out smoking?" I'm like, "No, I don't know why you're saying that." Like,
what are you talking about?
What? Did you smoke today? Because I smell smoke. It was bad, but I thought nothing of it, man. I'm not missing out on these free breaks if I could go out and smoke.
You got half a butt that's been put out in your ear.
You know what it is? The guy that I was just telling you about who smokes, he came in to pick up a check the other day, and he did that. He butted his heater, and then he brought it in, half burnt. Oh my God, did that stink. Holy bad news.
Brought it in with him?
It smells so bad.
Come on.
I didn't know that. I was out having a heater before religion class one day. And I did the same thing where I'm like, I'm not wasting this cigarette, and I threw her in my pocket half butted. And then went to the religion class, and people knew. People knew what was up.
little smoldering pocket.
Probably just another day I got thrown out. No big deal.
That dude had to butt it out and bring it with him, because I think it's like $4.87 per stick now. God,
that's so true. It's like I need to refinance my house. Why? Because I need to buy some cigarettes. Oh,
because I need a carton of cigs and I need to fill up my gas tank on my huge truck.
Well, and that segues right into the point of these other assholes with these vape pens.
Oh,
yeah. It's not nicotine, it's not smoke, but it's still omitting something that's not normal.
No, dude, BS. The majority of those have nicotine in them.
Well,
it's that vaping. You heard it here first, folks. That vaping is a big problem.
Well, I think it's just dumb. And now the problem is my kids are like, oh, someone was vaping in the bathroom at school. Yeah. And I just want to go, well, does that mean they were smoking weed, or does that mean they were?
No, they're weed. Like that those things have replaced the oney in the car next to you on the highway. You ever see that?
I don't know what a oney is. Sorry.
Look it up. Google it.
Google that shit.
Man, it's bad. I don't like the vaping situation at all. But hey, since we're on that, these are great segues, because I was going to bring up something that I wanted to point out. I don't know. I can't remember where you sat on it, but I've never been a big pro legalizing recreational marijuana guy.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are, but whatever. That's not a fight I want to fight. But it does create the slippery slope situation, which was kind of my point.
Yeah.
Do you know you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah, baby.
In Colorado.
I'm moving to Colorado.
Yeah.
How do you justify that?
It failed. Okay, so it didn't.
Explain.
So what I'm talking about is legislation in Colorado put to a vote to legalize psychedelic mushrooms. And it failed 54-46. Okay, we're talking.
It's because all the people voting were stoned, and they're like, I don't know, it sounds good.
I mean, dude,
nice accoutrement to my weed.
Because I really like to hit some weed to come down off of mushrooms.
Oh man, I don't know. Where does it stop?
Where
does it end?
That is not where you want society to go.
You know what? It's going to weed out all the weirdos, and they're going to go off into the hills and disappear. I don't know. I really don't know.
I just like Jesus. 46 to 54. That means they can run that thing up the flagpole maybe 2 more times before it's legalized.
You know, if they can somehow hit it on a 420 or some some holiday where everybody's tight, that would be awesome. I don't know. I saw that and it was all over the press. Joe Rogan was really squawking a lot about it.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Everybody in that world is pro drugs, and not drugs, but like marijuana and pretty much that's I don't know. That's the whole deal. But I don't. Well, mushrooms are a little much. Like, whoo.
Think?
Good gosh, that's next level. Do they have medicinal purposes though? Like, are there medicinal, really?
No.
You want to think about it for a second? No. No, there's not. That's crazy.
Cool.
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to table that bitch for next week.
All right.
We're rolling up on time here, man.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's because it's interesting topics that move people.
Riveting.
Uh-huh. All right, so here's the deal. Everybody has to tell somebody that they need to jump on and subscribe to the DK Project. We need to get the listener numbers up just a skosh more so that maybe Papa can start getting some advertising dollars in. We're close, man. The numbers look good, but so everybody needs to subscribe, tell all their friends, and spread the word, man. Everybody needs to get it out there. The DK Project Podcast.com is the place to be.
Well said, and I think our Colorado numbers may have went down a little bit on this show.
Who knows, man? It could go the other way,
right?
I don't know. I'm going to get into it, but we'll dive deeper into that when Brent Gill comes on June 6th. And because he's a firm believer in the legalization of marijuana.
All right.
He was the one I was telling you about where he's doing an Instagram video working on something with a joint hanging out of his mouth, like in the olden days you do with a cigarette.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's a professional. So anyway, chew on that for another week, and we'll circle back around next week and do it all again. If everybody tunes in and tells a friend, that'd be great. Take care, buddy.
Peace.
You just said peace?
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
I don't know how that came out.
I'll cut that out.
Can you cut that out?
That is horse shit. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.